Hey everyone, welcome back to STEAMspirations. Get ready because today we're peeling back the layers on something incredibly cool in computer science and software engineering, the all-powerful variables. Hear the word variables and suddenly you're back in algebra class, aren't you? In the universe of algebra, variables are the unsung heroes. They let you crack puzzles like, if y is 10 and x times y equals 20, what's the mystery value of x? Spoiler alert. We're about to turn that equation into an epic quest for X. So stick around as we unravel the fascinating world of variables in both math and code. Trust me, this one episode you won't want to skip. Now let's find that value hiding inside of X and solve the mystery once and for all. But before that, let's write it as an equation so it's a bit easier to understand. X times y is equal to 20, where y is equal to 10, and we're supposed to find X. All right, let's get into it. So you got this X, right? And it's just hanging out there like a blank canvas by itself. X is just a symbol. It's like a placeholder in a royal court waiting for a king or queen to arrive. In our example, the king, let's call him 2, makes X come alive because 2 times 10 equals 20. And what about y, our other variable superstar? When we say y is 10, it doesn't mean that y is forever branded with the number 10 tattooed on its forehead. No way. In this example, y is simply playing the role of 10. Switch to another algebraic tale, and x and y could be totally different characters. Maybe x is now 5 and y is 3. Who knows? That's why they're called variables. They're the chameleons of the math and coding worlds, ready to adapt and represent a multitude of values depending on the scene they're in. So variables aren't just numbers, they're the ultimate shapeshifters, giving you the freedom to create endless possibilities. How cool is that? But hold on, the true power of variables lies in their ability to be whatever you need them to be, whenever you need them to be. Think of them as your personal magic boxes. You can put anything you want in them and switch it out whenever you like. Now picture this, you've got a variable named x and it's starting at ground zero, itching for action. You want to tally up the number of future Einsteins in a classroom. So what do? You unleash the power of X. For every bright-eyed student you count, you bump up X by 1. So X goes on a journey, starting from 0 and counting its way up. 1, 2, 3, and so on, until you've got a head count of all the mini geniuses. Voila! Let's say X ends up being 30. But wait, there's more. You can now stash that magic number 30 away, like buried treasure. The next time you need to know the student count, just dig up X and bam, no need to count all over again. So you see, variables are not just about numbers or math. They're your go-to life hacks for storing and reusing info on the fly. And that, my friends, is a game changer. Now brace yourselves, because here comes another game-changing scenario. You're teaming up with a fellow teacher for an epic outdoor activity. You've got your trusty variable X counting your students, while the other teacher has her own variable, the mysterious Y, to tally up her young scholars. Ready for the magic trick? To find out the total number of kids joining the great outdoors extravaganza, just add X to Y. And there you have it. No more manual counting, no wasted time, just instant results. How awesome is that? Now let's bring it back to the world of code. Variables are like the superheroes in your coding universe. They're handy, incredibly versatile, and they can shapeshift into anything you need. Whether you're counting students, keeping score in a game, or even tracking your morning coffee intake, variables make your life and your code infinitely easier and way more exciting. And that, my friends, is why they're indispensable in the realm of software engineering. Imagine crafting a complex program. Hunting down a specific value in that labyrinth would be like trying to find Waldo in a sea of stripes. But guess what? If you've cleverly stored that elusive value in a variable, you've just turned Waldo into a neon sign that screams, "I'm right here." In essence, variables are your code's own life hacks, simply on the surface but monumentally impactful. Honestly, we could host an all-day seminar just dissecting the multitude of ways these little gems can be wielded. But there's only so many alphabets in the English language, and once we're out of X's and Y's and Z's, then what do we name our variables? Well, who said you can only name variables X, Y, Z or just an alphabet? In fact, in coding, you can use entire words or a bunch of words glued together to name a variable. The sky's the limit. By using illustrative names like TotalNumberOfCats or MilesRunToday, just a quick glance tells you what role each variable is playing in your coding narrative. Okay, so you're itching to see variables in action, right? Let's loop back to our example about counting students for an outdoor activity and show you how Python brings the magic of variables to life. After this, you'll realize variables aren't just useful, they're downright essential. Behold, int student class 1 is equal to 30. The int here is like a VIP badge, announcing that only integers are allowed to party in this variable. The name itself, student class 1, is so transparent, it's like reading an open book. We instantly know it's a total number of students in class 1. And finally, the equal to 30 part tells us that a value of 30 is stored in this variable. Next up is int students class 2 is equal to 35. Again, clear as crystal, it's a head count for the second class. Now drumroll please, int total students activity equals students class 1 plus students class 2. We've summoned a third variable to roll out the red carpet for the grand total of students. No calculators needed. The code is doing the heavy lifting by summing up students class 1 and students class 2 for us. Now the best part about this small piece of code we've written so far is that even if the student count changes in the future, no sweat. Just tweak the variable and the computer will recalculate the grand total faster than you can say Python. If you skip the step, you're up for a nightmare scavenger hunt through lines of code to find and correct every single calculation. Yikes. To unveil the grand total so that we can actually see it on our screens, we unleash the print total students activity spell. The moment we run the code, the computer whips out its wizardy, combining the two initial variables and revealing the magic number 65 right on the screen. Want to jump deep into how variables up your coding game? Drop a comment below. And if you're feeling this video, smash that like and go ahead and hit subscribe.